You know what? 2021 hasn't been that bad so far. We got Attack on Titan Season 4, we got ReZero Season 2 Part 2, we got Beastar Season 2, and we got, oh, oh, what's this?
解約のヒールを使ったからな。じゃあ、犯すとしよう。
Oh god. Redo of Healer is a seinen action fantasy about this guy who happens to be the healing hero. Now, his name is Kiryu. His name is Kiryu. Now, Kiryu, he's been through some pretty bad stuff. The supposed heroes of this world are pretty crappy people. I mean, they put him through some crappy stuff, but he's not gonna sit there. He's not gonna accept that. He's not gonna become a better person. He's gonna get his revenge. And, well, yeah, that's revenge, alright. That's one way to do that. Now, before we go on with the rest of the video, I'm just gonna grab the bull by the horns here. Rape. This is a very serious topic that's very sensitive to a lot of people. But that doesn't mean it can't be used in media. When used well, it can be very effective at doing lots of different things. For example, in something like Goblin Slayer, rape is used to show how detestable and vile these goblins are, and how they're more of a threat than other people think. Basically, it just gets you in the head of the Goblin Slayer and why he hates them so much. Another example is in Berserk. Now, in Berserk, it's used for multiple different reasons, but one of the main ones is with Guts. It explains why he is how he is, his not liking of contact to himself, and just generally part of why he's the person he is. Now, those are two, I'd say, good examples of using it in media. This does not use it well. Most of the time, it just comes off as shock value. They're just using it to shock you. There's not really any grand scheme. It's not using it to show trauma. While there definitely is, and he does go through it, it's more or less used to just shock you. Now, the main one with him in a Flea? It's Flea in the manga, so I'll stick with that. I don't know what this is supposed to show you. What the author intended might not be how I picked it up, but the way I saw this was, it seemed like to me it was supposed to make him look cool. And if that is the case, if that is what the author intended, that's horrible. That's not what you should do. That doesn't make me like this character. That makes me hate him. Even though he did go through it himself, doing it to someone else isn't acceptable, and yeah, I just overall think this series handles it extremely poorly, and it comes off as offensive and shocking to many people, so be advised if you're gonna check this out. Okay, so some of you at this point are probably saying, but dog, it's just edgy. No, this is not edgy. Edgy is stuff like Tokyo Ghoul or Chainsaw Man. It's like a nice, clean, and sharp razor blade that just gives you, just a nice clean cut. If I had to describe this with a blade, this would be like a rusty hacksaw. It goes past just edgy. Because something like Chainsaw Man or Tokyo Ghoul, while there's certainly more disturbing elements to it, it doesn't indulge in them. That's not the main point. The whole point of this show, all that happens, and I've read past in the manga, I did that for this video. It goes by a thing. Revenge, or helping someone else's revenge, and then dirty stuff. That's it. That's all there is to this. And the problem is, the character in this manga thinks he's doing right by this world. He thinks he's completely justifying this, when he's just as bad as the people wronged him. Don't get me wrong. What they did to him was unacceptable, and they shouldn't just be forgiven. They need to face some sort of punishment. But at the same time, he's being just as bad as them. And it's all justified to him, because he thinks he's doing it for the greater good, and his revenge. Now, there's some okay parts, like his fight against the Demon King in the first episode was passable. I mean, it's okay action, and The action throughout is, again, passable, it's dealable, but that's the thing, it's just passable. Once you get past all the shock value in this, everything is just passable, and it gets boring. I mean, this thing reads like it was written by the edgiest 12-year-old. It's like, action, sex, and that's it. And once you get over the initial shock of the revenge parts, it just becomes a chore to read or watch. And it's not worth your time, in all honesty. I'll give it one other thing though. At least there are not any lollies. You know, if the bar is down all the way down, it's staying on top of that. It's just barely passable. It's not complete and utter smut garbage. Just barely. This thing is garbage. Don't watch this. Oh, hey. You managed to watch all that video? Wow. That's pretty cool of you. If you want to see more of this, mind hitting that little subscribe little button down there. I'll hook you up with that more of that good stuff, you know? Yeah. Oh, why am I kidding? Like 3 people are gonna see this video, if that. Whatever, thank you.
Right! Black Jutsu! What the f***? Black Naruto, drip sauce, no cap. Nah. Uzumaki hands, give your ass a power nap. Black Sasuke, do some jutsu on your chick. Hey. Then run up on and hit her from the back real quick. Nigga. Let's just blow him up, Kakarot! No, Vegeta! We can do this! They may be black and blessed with extraordinary hip-hop ability, but I'm black too. What? From the waist down! What?